Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought it would be fun to do just a very quick video about 4 things that we do here in Sweden on a daily or weekly basis that you can implement into your daily life, and one helps you keep your house clean and tidy, and a couple are really fun for your children, and another concept I want to talk to you about takes the stress out of inviting people over to your home. So without any further interruptions, let's jump straight into them. The first one that we do here in Sweden that I think is fabulous, and there are a lot of countries around the world that are starting to do this, is that we always take off our shoes when we enter anybody's home, including our own. This concept helps us a lot in Sweden, because in Sweden we have almost all the houses have wooden flooring, and also because we have such long winters with a lot of gravel and sand and wet snow outside, we are tracking all this into the house, and it prevents us tracking it into our living area and onto our wooden floors, which would then otherwise be damaged severely by all the gravel and wet snow that we keep tracking in for most of the year here. So our halls usually are tiled. We have tiles in the hall which are hardier and able to handle the weather, and you usually have a rug of some sort in the hall. Some people have very heavy duty rugs like we do in the nursery school, that really absorb and catch most of the gravel and snow from outside when you come in. And then when you come into the house, you usually have a pair of shoes that you wear indoors, especially in the nursery school where I work in. The kids all have a pair of indoor shoes which they do wear, which is important in case a fire alarm goes out and you have to run out. Then they're not running out bare feet, because when the fire alarm goes, there's no time whatsoever to put on your shoes or even take a jacket with you. It's just straight out the door. So they have inside shoes, and if you are at home, in your own home or at a friend's place, you usually walk around in your socks or without shoes on, or you could have a pair of indoor shoes at home as well. So that's the first thing that we always do, everybody does here in Sweden, is we always take off our shoes when we come into the house. It is a very, very good thing to implement into your daily life. It's going to help you track in a lot less dirt and make your cleaning of your floors a lot easier. So that's tip number 1. Number 2, that of the things that we do here in Sweden that I think you can implement into your own life, is that we have something called Fika. Fika is a wonderful concept here. It's a simple word that encompasses the invitation to one's home for a coffee and a baked good. So if in Sweden you are invited for a fika, you know exactly what to expect. You are not expecting lunch, you are not expecting high tea, you are not expecting any form of savory good. What you are expecting is a cup of coffee and 1 or 2 at the most baked goods and a good powwow. So I could invite a neighbor over for a fika, and that would just mean coffee and a cinnamon bun. Or if I felt like baking, I would bake a kladdkaka muffin, which is a chocolate fudge cake of some sort that we have here, and very quick and easy to make. And that's what fika means. But fika is a wonderful concept here, and it is a very popular concept. So, for example, people in the workplace, when you go on your break, you say, oh, let's go and have a fika. And what does it mean? It just means a cup of coffee and maybe a biscuit or something in the staff room. But it is a fantastic concept that has been integrated into the culture here. So fika is huge. You can go fika at a coffee shop, you can fika at somebody's house, you can fika at work, you can fika with one person, you can fika with 10 people if you want to. But the concept is that you just get together and you're just meeting up very quickly, and it's not for lunch and it's not for anything fancy. It's just a very simple cup of coffee and a baked good. I think this is such a wonderful concept, and a concept that we should be able to integrate into our lives no matter where we are. Because some countries you feel like when you invite people over, it is such a pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and you feel like you need to cook, and nowadays with all the things that we have going on in our lives, it's just impossible to entertain the way our parents did, or when in the 50s when women were at home most of the time, housewives. And that's completely different. But here, when you're working all the time, and on the weekend you have other things to do, and kids have activities, it's not always practical, or you don't always have the energy to go through all that trouble. And that way, Fika in Sweden is a lifesaver, really, because that allows you to invite people over, enjoy their company without the stress or the hassle of going through too much trouble, because Fika is a well-known concept here, and it is not expected to be a very fancy get-together. It's a simple meeting of people just to enjoy each other's company. So that's a concept that you could maybe introduce into your family or into your friends, and when they come over, you just tell them, oh, I would like to try this concept of Fika in Sweden, where it's mostly about being together and chatting and enjoying each other's company, as opposed to stressing over what to offer for your guests when they arrive at your home. So that was number 2. And number 3 and 4 are 2 things that you can implement into your family, which would be really a lot of fun for your children. The third one is Fredagsmys. In Sweden, we have something called Fredagsmys, which means, really translated, is Friday cozy time. Mys means you're just being cozy with somebody. Kom vi mysa means come, let's go and just be cozy. So what the kids wait throughout the week for Friday's cozy time with the family. And usually in Sweden, parents don't organize any sort of evening activity unless, of course, it's a work thing and they can't get out of it. Usually Friday nights are always saved for the family. So the siblings get together with their parents and usually have some sort of fast food for dinner, like tacos or pizza, or I suppose you could do hot dogs, hamburgers, whatever it is your family likes for the day. And then you would go upstairs and you all sit around the TV and you watch a movie and you have some sort of snack. So it could be popcorn and chips, or it could be some kind of savory nuts, or any kind of snack that your family likes. It usually doesn't include sweets or anything sweet. It should be something savory, and maybe you might have a Sprite or a Coke or whatever you like to have with your snacks. So that's called Fredagsmys, and the kids really, really look forward to it the entire week. And it also forces you as a family to get together, to be with each other, to watch a movie, to enjoy each other's company, just to sit next to each other and just cuddle with your kids, or just interact with them through a movie, or if you want, you could have a game instead of a movie. But usually in Sweden, when you say Fredagsmys, it means family is going to sit around the TV and have snacks and cuddle up and be cozy together. So that's a nice concept that you can have into your family on a Friday, that you make sure that Friday is family time. You set aside Friday evenings just for your family, and if you make a habit of it, it will become a very natural part of your weekly routine, and your kids are going to love it because they have something to look forward to, and they enjoy the time they spend with you watching a movie and having some snacks and just being together. And finally, the 4th tip or tradition that we have here in Sweden is called lördagsgodis, which translated means Saturday's sweets. Now, I love this concept if you can hold it and if you can stay true to the concept, which means really that you don't eat sweets at any other time of the week other than on Saturday. So basically, it's teaching your children right from the start that sugar is not the best for your body, but on a Saturday when you're off, you can have some sweets. So here you could, children sometimes take their pocket money or the monies they get from their chores and go and buy sweets, the older kids. The younger ones go with their parents. They all get a little bit of a bag and they get to choose whatever sweets they want. In Sweden we have the sweets set up as loose sweets in different boxes. You can go with your scoop and scoop them out and put them into your bag. So you can have a mix of your favorite sweets in a paper bag for Saturday. So that is lördagsgodis. And if you can stick to that and only have sweets on a Saturday, it is really, really good for your children. It trains them that sugar is not good for your body, and it is something we really enjoy eating, but we should try and limit how much we eat and limit it to the weekend or one day a week. And the kids really look forward to this day where they can actually have their sweets. My kids, I don't know if you can hear them in the background, they're upstairs with their father. They're playing some games and having their sweets at the same time. I think they're playing some Star Wars games on the TV, but they've each got their bowl of sweets, and everybody has a different type of sweets that they like most of. So that's what they are eating, and it is Saturday when I'm filming this video for you. So lördagsgodis, Saturday's sweets, is the fourth a tradition of sorts that we have here in Sweden. Most families do this. The only thing I would say as a tip for parents is that when you do this, some families have where they don't eat sweets, and then the children gorge on a big bowl of sweets on a Saturday. They are allowed to eat as much as they want or as many as they want, and all throughout the entire day. That, I think, is not the best idea, and it really deceives the purpose of having one day a week where you have sweets. I would limit it to a small bowl of sweets, but they do get a fair amount, but not where they are gorging on a large, humongous bowl of sweets, which is certainly not good for them at any time. So I think if you keep that tip in mind, this tradition that they have in Sweden, lördagsgodis, is a fantastic one to implement into your family, because you can just tell them during the week, if they ask you for sweets, to say no, it's Saturday sweets. On Saturday you get sweets, and not during the day and during the week. And that's what I do when my kids get, oh, can I have a chocolate, or can I have sweets, or things like that, and I will just tell them, no, it's not Saturday. Saturday is the day we have sweets, and so you have to wait till Saturday. Or they are able to work towards gaining their sweets on Saturday. It's something for them to look forward to. So, for example, sometimes if my son's complaining about his homework, I will always use that as an incentive. You have to work hard during the week if you want to get your lördagsgodis. So you could use it in any kind of way that you like, and use it or adapt any of these traditions that we have here to suit your family. I hope this video has been interesting, or that you've been able to take away some things, maybe a couple of things from the 4 tips I gave you to implement into your family with your children, some concepts that we do here in Sweden on a absolutely weekly basis here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. And I'm sorry if you can hear my kids in the background, but that's life here in the Love Doll family. And I will say bye to you now, and I will see you again next week with another video.